Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome back to more Final Fantasy XIV Online, where last time, we did a few things. We managed to stop the voidal threat that was taking place in Garlemald by also stopping the elemental fiend of water, who opened up a rift between the source and the 13th in the homeland of a Reaper tribe. But it was all a ruse, a way of getting us away from Radzatan, or the Radzatan area, so that the elemental fiend of fire could go and destroy the rift that we had purposefully made and contained in the vault. So now we have no way of really getting back to the 13th. So we have to figure out a way of getting to the 13th, because we have figured out where Golbez is. He is on the moon of the 13th. So not only do we need to get back to the 13th, but we also need to figure out a way to the moon. This will be fine. Before you would leave, I would once more express my gratitude. By your hand has Thavner been saved yet again. But before you delivered my people, you helped me recover hope, when the sight of my sister's eye left me bereft and adrift for a time. We may have lost the gate in Azadal's legacy, but there must be another way to travel to the void, and together we will find it. For now, I bid you rest and recover your strength. I too shall have my vessel improved ahead of our next foray. To achieve this end, Golbez has sacrificed his 4 generals. Such a ruthless foe is unpredictable in the extreme. But no matter what he plots, we shall do our utmost to see that he does not succeed. Meanwhile, on the moon in the 13th.
Canyazzo and Rubicante have joined with the Great Flow. In this world, 'tis the ravenous who are useful, and few were as ravenous as they. You were fine pawns, my archfiends, and you have played your parts to perfection. But with the goal in sight, I need no minions to do my bidding. Hereon, I shall walk alone.
God.
At long, long last, the end draws nigh. The end to life on that star, and the end to my suffering.
Okay, then. Sorry, I need to do something real quick. There we go. Alright, that's better. Oop. Currying favor. Ha ha ha. Get it, curry. Shin, 'tis good to see you. Have you any news from old Charlian? I haven't even been. We've yet to hear from Ishtola regarding your search for a means to return to the void. I must confess that her silence has left me feeling restless. Nor am I alone in this. Stinian has such an excess of energy that he has been helping to train our soldiers with nary a grumble. As for Zero... Is something the matter? No. Shemp paid us a visit, so I was apprising him of the recent developments, or the lack thereof. Are you heading somewhere? Ah, to replenish my aether. Would you like to come? A rare but most welcome invitation. Timely too, might I add. I myself was thinking of venturing out into the city. It would be my pleasure to join you. You will accompany us, of course. Sure. Come then. I have an errand to run at the bazaar first. An errand, huh? If you would gauge the city's prosperity, there is no sure way than to visit the bazaar and observe the people. This is learned from Awan and his predecessors. I'm picking up some more spice. Mirde told me to do so before my next visit. Mr. Zero has quite the tolerance, you see. This is no wee Hanish are fond of spicy food, but I doubt any of us could keep up with her. With just the spices they normally have on hand, the maid can't quite satisfy her, which is why I'm happy to provide what they need to achieve more rigorous flavors. Now then, variety being the spice of life, perhaps you'd like to choose something extra to blend with Mr. Zero's usual? It'll help to keep things interesting. What do you say? Fine by me. You can appreciate the nuances of this world's sustenance far better than I can, I expect. Selection of spices. Colorful array of spices peer out from the hempen sacks. Lustrous crimson powder. Bright red in color, this powder is hot just to look at. Will likely induce a healthy sweat when consumed. Keep looking. These corns tickle your nose with a pungent yet enticing aroma. You could imagine them lending dishes an appetizing accents. These tiny red husks give off a citrus-like scent. Perhaps they imbue dishes with a zesty note. These flakes appear to have been grated from a thick root. The sharp aroma suggests a bracing flavor. I guess let's just go with the red powder. Ah, that's a fine choice, but take my word for it. Here, have a taste. Zero may wish to observe your reaction. It would be considerate to sample the spice in her presence. Well, I doubt you need to be told this, but have care not to take too much at once. You tentatively place some of the spice on your tongue. A veritable blaze engulfs your mouth. Your reaction speaks volumes. That will suffice then. Always a pleasure, Mr. Zero. Do give Maedra my regards. Pleased to see that Zero has become a regular here. So much so as to bring her own spice.
My usual, please. But with this spice.
Of course, Zero. It would be my pleasure. Well now, this is enough to make a whole kettle of your special curry.
I don't need that much.
Rest assured, it's easy enough to make a serving just for you. Or we could make the kettle and share it. There would be enough not only for your companions but other diners as well. I dare say everyone will be delighted.
Very well. A full kettle, then.
Excellent. We'll prepare it at once. And for your excellency and our esteemed adventurer, are you happy to try a bowl of Zero's curry? We can make yours milder if you prefer.
Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot fully appreciate the flavor with this vessel. Another time, perhaps. Do not hold back on my account, my friend. Eat and enjoy.
I mean, I'm not a fan of super spicy stuff, but I do like a bit of spice. But frick it. I'll have His Excellency's helping.
Understood. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
It gladdens me to see you taking to life in Radzathan, Zero. In the area of our cuisine, not least of all. Spicy dishes have long been favored in our sultry clime for their ability to whet the appetite and cool the body. Of course, spices also have the effect of preserving foods, which makes them highly coveted in foreign lands. All of this has given rise to a thriving spice industry, and the wealth it brings has allowed our nation to prosper while maintaining its neutrality.
So you trade your spices? Seems rather more complicated than trading in ether.
In the beginning, this land was no more than refuge for me. But now it is my home, and the people of Radzathan my beloved children. Together, we build this vibrant nation. And naught would please me more than to show it to my sister one day.
Vibrant. Rubicante said the same when he described this world. A reminder of all that has been stolen from us. What many who remember doubtless yearn to take back.
Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew. In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
Nonetheless, it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. As I told Rubicante, as I found myself moved to speak. I still do not understand what made me feel this way, nor what compels you mortals to help one another. But I hope to someday.
We
I feel
too
like
hope
that's the
that you
best
will
start.
find the answers you seek.
You know? Rebel Robble.
What is going on?
What's happening?
Compliments of Mistress Zero, the Satrap's honored guest. We are serving a special curry for anyone who wishes to partake. But be warned, it is not for the faint of heart.
Looks good.
Oh, by all means, I'd welcome the challenge.
She's gonna kill everyone in here, isn't she?
Sisters have mercy. The smell alone is...
It burns! It burns!
To better maintain the facade, the alchemists ensured that my vessel was capable of consuming food. However, I fear Zero's curry would test the limits of their design.
Apologies for the delay. Please relax and enjoy your meal.
Thanks.
Relax. I don't have time for that. I've been waiting for this. Come. Let's replenish our ether.
Okay. Mm. Yep. Hey, we're stronger than we... Well, I mean, we do look strong, but still, you know what I mean. Not the spices we picked were perfect.
I trust you have eaten your fill.
I like that smile she had.
I shall have Merid prepare a meal for us to take to Estinian. I suspect he too is overdue a replenishment.
Are we gonna give him the
By
same
this
meal?
hour, he will have retired to his chambers at Magaduta. Come, let us pay him a visit.
It looks like there are a few people that were smart enough not to partake. The spice curry has left you slightly flushed and set your heart racing. Whatever challenges await, you're ready to face them head on. And with feeling. So by circulation 22? Reforged by the flames of truly challenging curry. Did not expect so many to take up the challenge, but I'm glad to see everyone enjoying themselves. I'm satisfied. Welcome back. Master Sinian? Yes, he's returned to his chambers. I should be happy to escort you.
Estinian, are you there? We've brought something for you.
Enter.
Oh damn, Estinian, you okay? Why is it so dark? Buddy. Buddy, come on. He's going a little stir crazy, I think.
Squid masala from the Mehane. I thought you might enjoy it.
Masala, eh? I'd prefer my squid dried. But
I did
I'm sure it
not.
won't
I was
disappoint
afraid there might be
thanks.
spoilers to stuff, so I kinda didn't.
idle as
I
am
did
in
know
our
about it
sorceress's
though,
absence,
but
I
no,
see.
I didn't.
I
Hi,
can't
Vanilla.
offer much in the way of
Zero.
Shall we disrobe as well?
No. We simply caught our friend unprepared. He will make himself presentable at once, I am sure.
Giving Estinian the side eye. Look at him. Oh my gosh. Alright, it's getting serious now. Shirtless Stydian.
At last. We've been looking for you.
Oh. Hey, Ariane J.
My friends!
Y'all missed out
Tell
on
me,
the super spicy
were you
curry.
able to devise a way to return to the 13th?
I believe so. It required a visit to the moon, where I took the opportunity to enlist Orionge's assistance.
Ooh.
Ishtola hath told me all. I should be glad to help you free Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
Hell yeah! Honestly, it's only
If
been Thinker
Rubicante
that's not
spoke
been able
true,
to do anything.
both Golbez and Ashdaya are on the moon of the 13th. Unlike here in the Source, however, we have no means of making the journey from the surface of the star itself. The technology simply does not exist. Therefore, I propose that we employ a gate to deliver us directly to our destination.
Okay.
Is such a feat possible?
In theory. Having once been a single hole, the Source and its reflections share striking similarities in geography. And according to a certain someone who unceremoniously whisked us away to the first, the same locations across the worlds are intrinsically bound. All of which is to say, were we to pass through a gate on the Source's moon, it should lead us to the moon of the 13th. Of course, there is...
Both the Watcher and the Loporrits are aware of our proposed endeavor. While they are yet deliberating precautionary measures, they have pledged their full cooperation.
The Watchers still doing their thing?
You've been busy. I presume you've also found a way to open this gate.
You're good, Vanilla. No worries.
Be it in Radzat-Han or Sharlayan, scholars have long cast their gaze unto the endless dark of the void. And so, with Harnish insights to augment our knowledge, we have indeed conceived of a promising plan to pierce the veil.
Okay. Okay.
A plan I am confident will succeed, precisely because the moon is our stage.
Are we jumping into Zodiac's crater?
The preparations will be extensive, and we will require vast quantities of ether. After all, our gate must be large enough to accommodate another great worm. My proposal entails delivering copious amounts of ether to the Tower of Babel in Garlemald.
Oh.
As you will recall, Fandaniel used the structure to destroy the brands imprisoning Zodiac. And we, in like manner, will use it to channel ether to the moon, and thereby open our gate.
I like
I
that.
see. Then we shall need someone on the moon for the necessary rituals.
I'm assuming that's Orionge's job.
Just so, Your Excellency. I intend to head back anon for that very purpose,
Oh, never mind.
as well as to help devise our strategy to deal with invading Voidsent. Along with our lunar allies, we will once again require the assistance of your alchemists, Nidana not least of all. May I trouble you to serve as their escort?
Fine by me. The room was beginning to feel constraining.
For my part, I shall oversee the requisite tasks on the star. Might I prevail upon you for your assistance?
If all are in agreement, then let us set to work. We'll open our gate, and we will stop Golbez.
Back to the moon. Whoa. The Dark Throne. Alright, give me the money. You have no shortage of allies at your disposal. I cannot thank you enough for your constant support. Going ham. Oriange wishes to depart at once. If one and all is ready, then let us all set forth, our preparations to complete. If I may, I beg a moment to exchange this vessel for its grown counterpart. It is in the keeping of alchemists of the High Crucible. Of course, we shall accompany thee thither, and thence begin our journey. Okay, I understand. Opening gate is about as difficult as I expected. My apologies for the delay. Aye, that is a striking simulacrum indeed. Well suited for the work ahead. I doubt not. Allow me to explain Ishtola's plan in greater detail. As you know, we seek to open a void gate in Mar Lamentor, that we might gain direct passage to the moon of the 13th. Whilst our comrades labor upon the moon, we must needs accomplish two tasks. First is the procurement of a substantial quantity of aether, and subsequent delivery of it unto the Tower of Babel. Said structure was once used to siphon the land's essence by way of the Telophoroi spires. Such a method, however, doth pose an unacceptable risk to the greater ethereal balance of the world. Thus must we seek an alternate measure of conveying our requisite resource. Our second task doth pertain to the use of the Tower of Babel itself. You may recall that this portal was placed under the supervision of the Ilsbard contingent. If we would employ it to different ends, we must first obtain the contingent's express permission. I should like to believe they would not refuse us, so perhaps we should concern ourselves with the aether problem first. Have you any idea whence we might source the vast quantity that we needed? Aye, a likely location doth come to mind. Let us take for the airship landing. There I shall reveal more. Alright, let's go. most keen to know more of Urianji's potential solution. In the worst case, I was prepared to offer one of my eyes, but it seems it will not come to that. I sometimes come here for the view. It's beautiful. She's about to see even more of the world, isn't she? I guess. Other present and accounted for? Excellent. We shall travel to Charlian, and then seek the nearby Isle of Ham. Here onto the surface of this isle, do rivers of aether converge. The churning energy of this confluence is released by the way of geysers. Originally, the Ragnarok was to be powered by aether harvested from the isle. But as well you know, an alternate power source was ultimately found for the vessel. Passage under Ultima Thule, to the very limits of existence, facilitated by not less than the strength of the Mother Crystal herself. Such the Isle of Ham's vast aether deposits remain untouched. We may help ourselves to that energy, provided we are able to secure the Forum's permission. Yet again, with needing permission, is nothing straightforward in this world. Such is the nature of politics, I fear. And as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have been officially disbanded, no longer are we a recognized collective. A somewhat disadvantaged position, bureaucratically speaking. Fortunately, however, there is a recognized and respected body upon which we might prevail. The students of Baldessi. Upon arriving in Charlian, let us seek our friends at the Abbess. It has been a while. Oh, nice. While Mistress Kra hath burdens enough of her own, we may be confident she will do her utmost to assist us. When last I came here, it was to deliver my sire's scales. How long ago it seems now. An island literally bursting with aether. That's the sort of paradise voids sent dream of. Welcome back, Shen. What brings you here today, and in such colorful company? Greetings, Ojika. On this occasion, we are come to seek the students' assistance in a matter of some urgency. In that case, we'll want to speak with Kryle. She's in the main hall sorting through our archives. There's a visitor with her at the moment, but it's no one you don't know, so feel free to show yourselves in. Oh. Oh goodness, what was your name again?
Well now, if it isn't two of my dearest friends. As for the other two, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Not in this vessel, perhaps. 'Tis I, Vashan. Though, you are welcome to call me Vritra, if you prefer.
Pay me no mind. I merely accompany them.
I pray you forgive us our intrusion. If you are occupied, we shall call again anon.
It's quite all right. We've just finished swapping all our secrets anyway. Erenville occasionally comes and shares the latest Gleaner gossip, you see.
Okay.
From forgotten ruins to mysterious relics, if there's aught that might be of interest to the students, he kindly lets us know.
Alas, I must soon depart on an expedition. As I may be away for an extended period, I wish to give Kryle fair warning. Hence my visit today.
Nice.
I see. There are specimens that want for procuring, I presume?
No, it isn't guildship business, but rather... homecoming. But enough about me. You have business too, yes? And I'm in the way.
Far from it.
Oh,
As a matter of fact, we should be grateful if you could stay and share your knowledge of the nearby isles with us.
yeah.
We seek a means to travel to the Void. There, a man named Golbez plots to invade our world. A man who even now holds my sister hostage. To that end, we require a great quantity of ether, which we understand may be had on the Isle of Ham. We came in the hope of exploring how it might best be procured.
An invasion from the 13th? Must the stakes always be so dramatic?
You have a knack for finding trouble. If gleaners collected world-ending crises, you could make quite a name for yourself in our profession.
Sorry.
It's true the Isle of Ham is a veritable font of ether, but as it's under the Forum's direct jurisdiction, only a privileged few get to set foot there. I myself haven't.
So if we want to help ourselves to the Isle's ether, we'll need to secure the Forum's permission. Very well. The students of Baldessian recognize your endeavors as combating a grave threat to the world. As representative, I hereby pledge our full assistance. Now that it's official, you may leave the politics and paperwork to me. Our operations remain small, but we shouldn't meet any undue resistance.
Thanks, Kryle. Sorry.
We are truly grateful.
Man, I feel bad. We freaking did away with the Scions of the Seventh Dawn without even really doing much with Kryle. And I like Kryle.
According
Kryle's
to the
cool.
original plan for the Exodus, ether collected from the Isle of Ham was to power the Ark. Art thou perchance familiar with the logistics of this endeavor?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. Nor do I think any gleaner would. You might have better luck asking someone involved with the Ark's construction. Margaret, for instance. She's a researcher in Charlene Hamlet. I met with her for a job recently, and she mentioned working on the Ragnarok's propulsion system. You could do worse than to seek her out while awaiting the Forum's verdict.
True.
We may well do just that. Our gratitude for thine advice, and may this threat be but a memory upon thy return.
You're quite welcome. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
I best start drafting our petition. Go on and find your researcher. I'll contact you as soon as we've made progress.
Let us leave matters here to Mistress Kryle, and hie ourselves to Labyrinthos.
Right then, time to put our best foot forward.
Oh.
A pity you can't tidy yourself. I should have had Ishtola enchant you when I had the chance. And what have we here?
A letter?
Later, Kryle, later. You've work to do.
Gosh darn it, game! What is that? Is that a letter? Oh, it might be part of the thing that she needed me to help do. Alrighty. Right in the fountain, huh? Though it is not the first time I have seen it, I remain in awe of this sky's magnificence. Never did it occur to me that such an expansive facsimile was within man's power to create. I believe we have found our researcher. Margaret? Visitors? How delightful! If you require assistance, then ask away. It so happens you've caught me in the post-deadline bliss. Forgive us the abruptness of our inquiry, but 'tis our understanding that thou hast charged the Ragnarok's propulsion systems. We should like to know how Aether harvested on the Isle of Ham was to be stored and transported to the Ark, if the disclosure of such information is permitted. Oh, it's no bother at all. We built special tanks that can store Aether, just like we use casks to store wine. Simple, really. Simple, but quite brilliant in construction. They rivaled even crystals for ethereal capacity. Pity we never got to use them. Ah, how muddled and distant the memory. When Doom's deadline loomed large and we extricated ourselves from the waste-time mire of work, only to end up chin-deep in another. I was at one with the world, conduit for the energies of creation, but now I am truly alive. Who would have thought that sleeping in a bed and eating warm meals could make such a difference? Oh, God. Oh, those poor people. Oh, God. Why, I feel positively functional. Oh, God. I dare say it rivals the thrill of dancing on the knife edge of failure. I think a few of the researchers might have got a little crazy trying to save the world. We are glad for you. Quite. On the subject of the Aether tanks, do you know what became of them? What did become of them? For the life of me, I can't seem to remember. Margaret? Oh, but I do remember someone who might remember. He should be back by now. Just look for the fellow wearing an outfit that screams, "I've been on a vacation and you haven't." Very well. We shall seek out this conspicuous colleague of thine. Our sincerest gratitude, Margaret. And do look after thyself. Bye! Come, let us seek out this individual attired in a manner suggestive of recent furlough. we can avail ourselves of these tasks, we shall be well on our way to securing the aether we require. All is well, I pray 'tis the same with thee and thine. Now, dost thou perchance know of one recently returned from a vacation? Ah, there we go. Zero. Zero's looking at him like, suspicious. I do not know what a vacation is, but that man strikes me as more relaxed than most. Kokul Dankul. Mine. A face that launched a teeny tiny toy boat. Have you been, Shint? Able to catch a bit of rest? Yeah. Now about aether tanks. Well, if I don't know about the aether tanks, who in Fire God's name would? Born right in my very own workshop they were. A pleasure as always, Master Kokol. I trust thy respite proved rejuvenating. And then some, but I won't bore you with the details, at least not without a drink in me. So, why the interest in our little old tanks? Permit me to explain. I see. Think I've got the long and short of it. Goes without saying, but we all owe you more than we can ever repay. If you need our aether tanks, then they're at your disposal. There's just one problem. You need the forum's permission to set foot on the Isle of Ham. Were it up to me, you'd be on the next ship out, but that lot can't wipe their arses unless it's in accordance with procedural motions. You may be rest assured that my backside is immaculate. Thaliak's thumping thighs, Master Fortuno, and Scholaric Monteshane. What a surprise! Pardon the intrusion. The forum has deliberated your petition, and we decided to deliver our verdict directly. You have been granted special dispensation to travel to the Isle of Ham for the purpose of etheric extraction. On one condition. On account of its rich deposits of aether, the isle is home to throngs of vicious beasts. We ask that you kill any such creatures you encounter, so it's gonna be a dungeon. Cool. That's all. Given the vast amount of aether we seek, I expected a far higher price. Oh, believe me, we do not underestimate the value of what you desire. Nay, we simply owe the students of Valdesian and their esteemed collaborators a debt of gratitude. We felt that expediting your request was a suitable way to repay it. Debt of gratitude. We have taken the liberty of arranging your passage to the Isle of Ham. Your vessel awaits in Scholar's Harbor. Thank you. Then I'd better get those aether tanks loaded onto the airship. We'll be ready to take them where you need, assuming it's safe. I shall head back to the annex, but should you need anything else, don't hesitate to call. And remember the thing that you promised me that I absolutely did not forget. Ha ha ha. Master Fortuno and Scholar Montrachet should personally deliver these glad tidings. We must endeavor to repay their favors. Seems this form is like Athasay. They help others simply because they want to. um, yeah, sure. All proceeds apace thus far, thanks to the enduring bonds you've forged. Cheery, Captain.
Bound for the Isle of Harm. You look like the ones Master Fortuno told me to expect.
Yes, sir.
If you're ready to depart, then so am I. Just say the word.
Word.
Is something the matter?
I did recruit one other to our party, but he is late to arrive.
Is it gonna be Thancred? This is the only one that hasn't really done much with us yet. There it is.
Forgive me my delay.
Thancred, 'tis good to see you.
If it isn't Varshan. They do grow up so quickly. Urianger tells me we have a host of exciting new tribulations to face. And you must be Zero. I've heard all about your daring do in Garlemald. A pleasure.
Apart from strengthening our company with his redoubtable skill at arms, Thancred may also serve as a mentor in those matters that trouble thee. I speak of the intangible forces which bring souls together. Thancred is possessed of experience both unique and insightful that I am sure he would gladly share with thee. Thou needst but ask.
Dungeon time. Dungeon time. More like fungin. So you know the Isle's hemmed in by drift ice all year round. I'll bring you as close to the shore as possible, but you'll have to walk the rest of the way. How's it been, Thancred? Social struggles aside, Zero seems more than capable of handling herself. Still, I shall aid her in what capacity I can. Naught remaineth to bar us from the Isle of Ham. Let us set sail forthwith. He does not strike me as the mentoring sort. Well, no matter what, we must return to the Void. The acquisition of this Aether is but the first step. Oh yeah, I forgot Thancred was a tank. Gunbreak is a tank. Yeah. Vashan, you sit this one out, bud. We got this. Oh boy. Okay, Muser. Let's not hurt the bears. That's cute. And that's not as cute. Why are we fighting 4 king sharks? The clapping bears. You're waving to each other. It's cute. I like the birds. Certainly looks like traveling a facility, let's say.
That's far enough.
overcome this.
Mine ears yet ring, troublesome creature. Yay, more healing gear. A wrong way zipline, nice. A convenient mode to transport that. Just times are installed without the island. Such lines are installed throughout the island. Ham-och.
shall overcome. Together we shall overcome this.
Darkness, take you! Darkness, take you! Try and stop it!
Got him. Alright. Okay. Oh. Alright, who's the big boss here? Excuse me? Oh! Oh no. Sumbling Scourge, Octo Mammoth. Oh, this is gonna suck, isn't it? That's good. Nice! Alright, no deaths! So... My... Don't come back. Yeah! Cool. We can get the Aether now. That is a lot of Aether.
Much obliged for clearing the way. We'll get to work at once.
All right.
Filling these up will take a good while. I appreciate it if you stood watch till we finished. I ain't getting chewed to chum by some ether-bloated bugger.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Oh, by the by. How are you planning on putting these to use? We could deliver them by airship, see? Provided it ain't too far.
Garlemald.
Need them transported to Garlemald, to the Tower of Babel.
Ah, that's a long old journey. Too long for a direct flight. Tell you what, we'll send them over with the scheduled shipment of provisions headed that way. I'll make the arrangements as soon as we get back. Save some poor chocobos having to drag this lot through the snow.
You have our thanks. We shall not forget your generosity.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say you would have been fine without me.
I'm so glad to have you along.
Why would you say such a thing? You are not bound by contract or the threat of force, and you gain no advantage by devaluing your own contribution. Yet you must be bound by something to speak thus. What is it?
What binds me? A belief, I suppose. Born of our shared struggles. No matter where my comrades go, I have faith they will be fine. For I know that they will walk their chosen path as surely as I walk mine. I trust them, in short. Trite though it may sound.
Trust. I remember the word. How long has it been since last I used it? It had no place in my dealings. Not with other Voidsent, and certainly not with Xenos. Not even in the time before darkness engulfed the world. Full often did Memoriates betray their own, corrupted by the very power they wielded. You could trust no one but yourself. Alone we fought, and alone we fell. I wouldn't know how to trust. Is there some trick to it?
Just stay close to this one. You'll learn in no time.
Do my best to earn that trust.
Absolutely fine.
Tancred.
I confess I thought thou mightst have more words of counsel to offer.
Oh, she'll soon get the hang of it, even without my help. After our work here is done, I'll see myself back to the shadows. But before that, I take it you've heard as well.
Indeed. The client seeketh Archons, and 'twould seem our extensive travels and neutrality make us prime candidates.
Well, assuming we take on the request, I suspect I'll be stuck with you again. Don't let me down, hmm?
What's going on? So many secrets in the shadows. Let me know. I'm gonna be worried now. Just straight as an arrow, isn't she? A refreshing contrast to our more circuitous company. We're truly indebted to Kokol. I must invite him to Razatan as a guest of honor. By simply staying close to you, will I really learn about trust? Not only allow us use of tanks, but to arrange their transportation to Kalamal beside. Blessed are we to count Kokol among our allies. Unto thee we must also give thanks, Tancred, for coming to our aid on such short notice. Please, you know I'm always happy to help. Don't hesitate to call on me again. Hell yeah. Till next time. Bye, Tancred. Now use, yes, trust, duty, all that fun stuff. It's time to proceed to the next stage of the plan, like fear to flame. With the tank's transportation thus arranged, our first task is complete. We may now turn our attention to the second. To wit, obtaining the blessing of the Ilspa contingent to use the Tower of Babel to channel energy into the moon. The destination is Camp Broken Glass. There we may present our petition to Commander Lucia. No. And good thing I still have some priority Ethernet passes. Much better. Much more willing to use that. This way. Glad am I to hear the Garlemald's restoration proceed apace, and the people no longer want for warmth. But be that as it may, there is no substitute for appropriate garments in such frigid climes, as I can personally attest. Perished all this advice. I have changed into my clothing more suited to these surrounds, to better blend in. I hope it will suffice. Here we are again. You are as ever welcome, Shent. I do not believe I've met all your comrades. Shent, allow me to personally thank you for your assistance during the recent Voidsent incursion. Your actions saved many. What brings you here today? Pray forgive us for not sending word in advance, Commander, but we seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. Rabble, 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 rabble. Indeed, we appreciate you consulting with us instead of taking unilateral action. It is no simple matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only of the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. Pending a more official name, we refer to those who remain here as the Guardian community. As you would expect, they are predominantly native Guardians, most of whom are uncomfortable with etherical manipulation. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by anima is still fresh. If the tower suddenly lit up again, it is like to cause distress and reopen old wounds. Better than facing a mass invasion by Golbez and his Voidsent hordes, surely. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation, as well as promise bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet, even were we to convey your warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic or the rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relive personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What's there to imagine? Haven't these people seen Voidsent with their own eyes? Let us suppose you encounter someone who is freezing in this cold. A natural thing to do might be to make them a fire, yes. But what if that person's sole experience with fire was being badly burned by it and they harbored an acute fear? Despite the benefits, nay, the necessity of the warmth that you offer, they may flee on instinct. Worse, misinterpret your actions for aggression and lash out. So like the fire that torments the individual, the Tower of Babel torments the people of Garlemald. Yet we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak with Alphino and Adizay. With the rapport they have established with Guardian people, I dare say they can provide us with a valuable insight. In the meantime, Urian-J, might I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? Alright. Of all the things. I knew you wouldn't be able to stay away. I dread fire even when one is freezing. To become a prisoner of one's fear. To the fate to which Voidsent too can succumb. Aye. I have taken the liberty of explaining our objective. I'm glad to see you, Shent. Vitra has explained our present dilemma. There's no unfounded concern that the Guardians might take poorly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly. Many would be up in arms over it. Trust in the Ilsabard contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly, or we risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. Trust again. Well, it seems to me there's not for it but to speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessity of the plan, we need to lend an ear to their concerns. Then perhaps we can begin working towards a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They're at a station called Senatus, near the Seneculum Imperialis. I would be honored to speak with them, though it would be prudent to learn where people elsewhere stand as well. But that I will leave to the others. Save Zero. Might you accompany me? I'm sure those in Tapper's Den will have their own opinions. Alphino, if I may drag you along? Tertium, we leave to you. You're no stranger to the people here, so it should take little prodding to convince them to speak freely. Then it's settled. Once you've learned what you can, let us all meet in Forum Solis, where we'll have what I hope is a productive discussion. We can hope. Oh goodness. We are talking to a few people, aren't we? Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once the pride of Garlemald. I mean no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Garlean people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? Though if we dared speak thus to someone of the contingent, they might make assumptions, cut our rations, or worse. No. Forget I said anything. Please. What do you think? The Tower of Babel? What's it got to do with void scent? Can't say understand. Still, your people have done much more for us Garleans. If you say it's necessary, then that's good enough for me. Thanks. How about you, Malleus? Activate the Tower of Babel? Are you out of your minds? That abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. I can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear the bloody thing down. So fair. Ma'am. What do you think? Fie. That tower isn't right, I tell you. All those magics. Years ago, when I lived in the provinces, the locals razed our village to the ground with the stuff. Made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. I can still see it when I close my eyes. You've done us a good turn, dear. But let's not talk about that tower any longer. It's unnatural. Honestly, all fair. Ma'am, and you. Lad. Serious lad. No, stop it! The tower's evil. It'll turn us all evil. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone. like one person's alright with it, while everyone else is very much against. Oh, I've not been over here. It's gonna be hard. I don't think we're gonna be able to get everyone to agree with it either. Zero. Jules is on his way with the others. I hope you found the people more receptive than we did. Not really. Uh-oh. Shent, I present to you Lords Naeus and Matthias, magistrates of our political council. They have been spearheading the efforts to establish a new system of government here. When we raised the subject of Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until I joined by representatives of the Ilsebard contingent. Siafno and Alze have yet to arrive, though, so perhaps we should wait. It doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The Tower is the manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the Imperial family, and it will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It's insulting enough that we have to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid, and now you propose reactivating it. Nay, we have had enough. The Garlemald of old may have fallen, but we fell in civil war to our own people, not to Eorzea, nor any other land. We came here to assert our unequivocal claim to our territory. Garlemald and all that lies within her bounds is beholden to no one. There is no common ground to be found with these men. In spite of this, you would still engage with them. I do not begrudge them their hostility. They merely seek to protect their homeland. That said, we must strive to reach an understanding with one another. We will treat with the Ilsebard contingent, if only to assert our rights. If your intentions are as benevolent as you claim, then you will agree to our demands. Our sovereignty is of paramount importance. On this point, there can be no concessions. Jules is eager to get out of the cold. Since their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to Tertium. I'll also instruct Alphino and Alize to meet us there. Lord Metius, Lord Naeus, by your leave, my comrades and I would speak with the residents of the Senatus. Though the Ilsebard contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes to use it for it to be reactivated. Thus, I think it meet that I be present for their discussions. Yet my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hopes and desires, of their dreams for the future, is sorely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground, upon which we might build a relationship that sees us overcome our differences. Very well. But know that the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premise should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. If it's settled, then, we should all head to Senatus. I'll join you there after I see their excellencies safely to Tertium. defenses bespeak a cautious mindset, more so than Tertian. Jules has told us all. You have Lord Aeneas' permission to enter and speak with our residents, but not to petition them directly for support. Remember that. Here it is, Senatus, a temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security. I am given to understand that outsiders are not normally permitted so much as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. I hope it will be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero. As do I. Yeah, we'll enter. The basic design is reminiscent of Tertium, though somewhat embellished. To begin, I propose we split up and ask the residents for their views on the Ilsabar contingent and the current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more about their enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it in mind. It is through open hearts and open minds that I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good. Stockpile of assorted supplies bears markings indicating they were provided by the Ilsabar contingent. The Enclave is clearly reliant upon the Alliance for aid. You recognize large casks as the very same Union comrades used to transport ceruleum from Lapis Manalis. Why they are in Senatus is unclear. Want to know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I'll say this much. Our leaders labor to preserve our culture, our way of life. What remains of it, at any rate. I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. The furnishings are quite lavish. I'm reminded of Troya. How do I feel about contingent? Conflicted, to say the least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without outside aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever, and there's no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. Finished touring the Enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? Much the same as me, then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbor a measure of resentment. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times must I tell you it's absolutely out of the question? What's going on? We were wondering the very same. We came running when we heard shouting. Is aught the matter? Oh, No, no. I was just trying to explain. Earnest Envoy. Ah, Mayap, you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists that it's impossible. It concerns the magitek weapons which run rampant throughout Regio Urbanissima. Every time we deliver supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we've proposed the elimination of all machina that loiter near the supply route. But you heard him. They refuse to even consider it. The magistrates have already spoken on this matter. Rampant or no, those war machina are Garlean assets. Furthermore, who is to say they're as dangerous as you attest? It has been suggested that this could be a pretense to scavenge magitek material for your own ends. I know not if that is the case, but the fact remains we cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous, but they have spoken. Unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's naught we can do. How complicated relations become when not grounded in a clear and equitable arrangement. An equitable arrangement? Of course. Well do I understand the difficulty of your position. As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I must first speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? But by all means. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. Okay. Who's this person again? What do you suppose he has in mind? I have completed mine inspection of the tower. Thou shalt be pleased to hear that the transference of Aether will pose no difficulty. He seems awfully confident. Leave this to me, my friend. You are returned, with glad tidings, I hope. Welcome back, all of you. I pray there have been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Garlean community. Mayhap not yet, but there is a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Razatan and the people of Garlemald. Please continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. That they have been able to survive thus far is thanks to the Isabard contingent. Rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. It is no surprise, then, that some Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners, for fear of indebting themselves further, or surrendering more of their already limited autonomy. That is why I wish to present them with an equitable arrangement. One that would restore to them a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier said than done. What exactly did you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Razatan abided by a treaty of non-interference. Freely have we traded with one another, and I wish but to continue in this tradition. We would provide your people with such supplies as you require, in return for which you would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for it you will be duly compensated. Razatan's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and our ever-increasing demand for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. Only then, only when both sides keep the interests of the others in mind, can an equitable relationship be forged. It is a principle I once thought I understood, but have come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Razatan were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense in my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiations at Tertium. Your support may be instrumental in winning over Lord Neus and Matthias. By all means, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operations, so I too shall hie me to Tertium. All right. All right, here we go. Can we finally begin the negotiations? I hope this goes well. I think it will, though. Crowd you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by rights, and nothing you do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us instead discuss the future. As the satrap of Razatan, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. Alright. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so we must secure a means to replenish our coffers, and the proposed agreement presents a rare opportunity. Tis true we do not want for Magitech and ceruleum, and foreign currency will be needed to procure such things as we lack. It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing. You serve the Emperor. We're a proud patriot. Now you entertain sailing natural resources like a common merchant. Like you, I weep for what we have lost. But if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense. Utter nonsense. You are a traitor, Neus, and there will be reckoning. Oh yes, when the people of Senatus learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. We got 1 out of the 2. Lord Matthias, wait. It isn't safe out there. I fear for Lord Matthias. It's an embarrassing display. Men of Matthias' station should have the capacity to keep his emotions in check. While I am thrilled Lord Neas was willing to consider my proposal, I'm worried about Lord Matthias. To the best of my knowledge, Lord Matthias is a civil servant with no combat experience. Should he meet with misfortune, he may fare poorly. I am not surprised. Some people cannot be moved by mere words. Bonds of trust. Concern is writ plain on Jules' face. It's far too dangerous for a civilian to go alone outside. We must go after Lord Matthias. Let us leave matters here in Maxima's care, while the rest of us join in the search. If Lord Matthias is bound for Senatus, we may be able to catch up to him in Regio Urbanissima. I pray he has not come to any harm. Sir, are you alright? I'm alive.
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
Don't think I'm indebted to you. I never asked for your help.
You love Garlemald dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that. We all mourn what has become of our homeland. Bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here? I've yet to find the answers. But I won't stop looking nonetheless, and I won't avert my gaze from our grim reality.
Is there hope for us?
Aye, so long as we live. Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken. We are the chain that connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become. Please.
to be lectured by the younger. It ill becomes a man of my station. I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me? Ere we part, I apologize for my discourtesy. I owe you my life, and I thank you.
Euless, wait. I'd like a word. With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrate safely back to Tertium.
What is it?
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
Like, what's she talking about?
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here. So that's how Zero came to join you. Still, I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust. I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister. As for the magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late. But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence. Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking. When someone believes in you, it makes you want to believe in them, in others, in yourself. Perhaps it's because the magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns. During the Contra Memoria, we had already come to judge one another based on strength and usefulness. You either used or were used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive. My mother wanted to save the world, to fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Almost. 2 men tried just the once. A swordsman and a mage, whom I met when passing through a village. They had saved the people there from corrupted Memoriates.
That's 100% gold.
When they learned our enemies were the same, they seemed heartened. They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search for means to end the Contra Memoria.
They invited me to join them. I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I would not be forced to submit. I expected some manner of outburst, some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away. I didn't know what to make of it then, but now... Perhaps they shared a bond of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared. Perhaps they hoped I was like them too. Perhaps it was just an offer, and nothing more. I continued fighting alone. But ultimately I was undone, overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold, in pain, wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world. Darkness washed over me, and I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. My home, now filled with abominations. I had a chance to learn about trust, and forsook it. I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation. Had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone. But it's all history now. No amount of reflection or regret will change our present reality.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive. So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get. What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today. Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you. If you didn't feel that in some sense, would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots? I trust you too, for what it's worth.
Here it is again. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. The urge to weep, though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do? How do I answer it?
With a handshake, perhaps?
Give me your hand. it's not something you do constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
A friend. So that's what it means. Someone you trust.
Oh, goodness. When I first met Zero, I wasn't sure what to make of her forthright to a fault nature, but now I understand she is simply an honest soul to the core. Thank you. I feel at last as though I found the answers I sought. Now I owe it all to you and Jules. Right then, I expect the others have already arrived back at Tertium. We should join them. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Full glad am I to see everyone returned, none the worse for wear. Various representatives of the Guardian community are gathered here this very moment. I dare say this is a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You read the memorandum? I trust you find the terms acceptable. I do. And Nias, I pray you forgive my disgraceful conduct earlier. I am ashamed not only of my behavior, but of placing the burden of negotiations solely on your shoulders in my absence. You should know that when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation to the people at Tepper's Den, they reacted quite strongly. Once we explained that it would be to prevent another void-sent invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say the recent episode is still fresh in their minds. I tagged along to deliver a supply of cerulean. I have to say, I didn't expect to see such a large crowd. Even the stuffy Imperials who normally keep to themselves and senators are here. My friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. I am pleased to inform you all of this joyous occasion that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered into a trade agreement with Ratatan. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant the individuals before you access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Ratatan will provide us with supplies, which shall be equally distributed among the settlements of our nation. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity, but trade. A bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect. And it marks a significant step towards rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Ratatan holds Garlean technology and ingenuity in the highest esteem. It is my hope that through this agreement, our peoples will enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you gather around to hear the particulars, that you might convey them to those elsewhere. Rabble, 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 rabble. Rabble, 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 rabble. Rabble, 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 rabble. Rabble, rabble. Rabble. So burdened by hardship and trauma were the people of Garlemald that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. To be recognized as equals, as a nation with something of value to offer to others, that validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. 'Tis by virtue of this partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel. Rather timely development given the Aether Tank's impending arrival. That's true. Once the tower's stores have been replenished, we need but await Y'shtola's signal to channel the energy to the moon, yes? Then you can leave that and anything else on this end to me and Alphino. No need to worry. Devote all your energies to the mission in the void. As ever, I am in your debt. You are good friends. Huh? Aw. Yay! Finally! Alright, we are prepped. Whoop. Oh, I got XP. Okay. Oh, goodness. Alrighty. With that, I think I'm gonna leave this here for today. Pick this back up next week. Yes. Next week, we'll finally be able to come face to face with Golbez, potentially. We'll see. But we'll have to see that next time. Alrighty, thank you, Vanilla. Thank you, Lucian, for chatting with me. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hopefully I'll be able to see y'all again next time. If not, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your evening, whichever it may be. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.